Palestinian bull who basically said we've been here since the destruction of Jerusalem, and our people, boom. And then you look up the history. The Romans allowed people who were left behind that were captured as slaves to have small parts of Israel still, and they had little communities, right? And what they did with them was they let them live there. And over time, after different conquests like the Ottoman Empire, man, you know what? Man, y'all just history.
Hey, what did it say? Ignore not thy lot.
Well, I'm not ignoring my lot.
Yeah, I mean, hey, brother, it's your lot, baby.
I'm not ignoring my lot.
Let you take the shine, brother.
All right, it's not my lot, bro.
It's 100% your lot.
All right, whatever. All right, you be lot?
All right. All right, shalom.
Shalom.
All right, so we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakak, B'dash.
and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings to you brothers doing this work in truth and sincerity. Shalom to the elect.
She funny as shit. She's gonna throw up 666 and then throw up the fucking pyramid. Yep. Just remember you did that. Every man shall have his reward. Yep. 2 Peter what? 3:2. Mocking. He's scoffing. It is not right. I ain't not sure. I ain't worried about it. All right, shalom. So, me and the brothers, we just going into some history and going into some things that have been going on in the world today. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you brothers on the comment boards and in the nation of Israel, I'm pretty sure you caught wind of what happened. So it's, I'm gonna bring up the lady's name, Judith Varney Shore, right? Judith Varney Shore is basically, she was basically high up in the Israeli.
Well, it's not going right.
Yeah, it might be in the will. All right, well, you can have it. Y'all pull. She basically is high up in. She's basically like some kind of attorney general, not attorney general, but she was basically like a consulate general for Israel's government, and she was really high. She's really high up, right? And she just had a secret meeting in Atlanta, right, for the Israeli community. And one of the things that they were talking about was what was one of the biggest threats to Israel, right? And she came out and said that one of the biggest threats to Israel is the young black community, right? Now we all know why she said that. Now they said it for various reasons, but let's be realistic. How is it that we are the biggest threat to Israel when you're at war with the entire Arab world, right? You're at war with the entire Arab world, but us so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans that are what? Paying our taxes and staying out the damn way. We are the biggest threat to Israel. Now we know why. It's because we are the true children of Israel. We are the actual bloodline of Yashar Ali. And they know that. And they also know that in America, the young blacks in America are what? Waking up to this fact. They're waking up to the fact of who they are, and they're also going against the grain with a lot of things. So if you know anything about Project Zephyr and basically the cryptocurrencies and them trying to bring in the new digital dollar, a lot of it is halted because of the so-called black community. And because of that, and the reason why it's halted is because a lot of our people are stuck on cash. A lot of people are also influential. Think about it. The black culture is very influential. So if we are not doing something, the rest of the world and nations are not doing anything. So even though that we are at the bottom of the totem pole, everyone seems to move when we move. Like we can make a fashion statement. If I want to put, I don't know, the new John is to put a black strip underneath your eye, and every artist and star is putting a black strip under their eye. That's the cool thing. Everybody gonna start having designer Louis Vuitton black strips. Designer this black. It's the way things are moving. So understanding this, they know that Judah is a form of all things. They understand that who we are as a people in this world, and they understand that without us, a lot of things don't move. In turn, this is going to create chaos. And the reason why I say that is because if they can't get us to assimilate into their plans, what is the next best option? And that's the what? Kill us off. So go look that up. The lady's name is, let me just go back to TikTok.
I'll do that.
The lady's name is Judith. It was at the top. The lady's name is Judith Varney Shore. And go look that up on TikTok, Judith Varney Shore, and it'll give you her openly saying that the biggest threat to Israel is the young black community in America. And we all know why, man. because we know we are Yasharallah. We know we are God's chosen people, and we know that Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning that follows. What?
So Baruch 2:30, for I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people, but in the land of their captivities they shall remember themselves.
But in the land of their captivities they shall remember themselves. And what's going on right now is the old generation is dying off. Our elders, those old bottles, they're dying off. They're stuck in their ways. And the Lord, and you notice that ever since the pandemic, the rate of elderly dying has been at an all-time high. Why? Because a lot of them are getting that, and they're dying off, right? And what's being left over, right? And I hate to say liberal, but the young so quote unquote blacks are what? More liberal. They're more understanding of what's going on. They have an eye to see. Now, mind you, not all of them according to knowledge, but they have an understanding of what the Illuminati is. They're like, yo, you heard about the Illuminati? Yeah, I know what that is. They know about the symbols and the symbols and witchcraft and things that are going on, right? They can see what the government's doing. They have a more of a voice being spoken. But also at the same time, the Lord said, I will, in the lands of their captivity, they shall begin to remember themselves. And what you got going on right now, I don't go a day without running into a person that knows he's an Israelite. I bring up Israelites. Most people are like, yeah.
I heard of it.
Yeah, I heard of it. Yeah, my cousin Israelite. Yeah, my brother in that joint. It's getting to the point where
everybody know an Israelite.
Everybody put it like this: 1 in every 3 so-called quote-unquote black Americans
have heard of it at least.
Have heard of it or know about it or are in it. And guess what? That's 33%. That's 1/3.
It's crazy, Salakia. I was driving by South Philly, man, and I passed a Sakari brother, but he was doing the job. He had the fringes on, and it was beautiful because I said, "Oh shit, brother, you had the fringes." Shalom. He said, "Hey, oh shit." He said, "Yo, Yahweh Shalom." I said, "It was beautiful."
And mind you, what is this generation? What generation is?
It was young too.
Yep, they're young. The generation that's basically picking up the torch of Yahweh Shem Shah are all young. So the Israeli government knows that we are the biggest threat. Why? Because the more we chant Yahweh Shem Shah, the more we sup with our Lord, the faster the Lord is going to speed up the times for the elect's sake. And that means they have less and less time to get their plans are right.
And what's gorgeous too, because contrary to typical religions, this is Yahweh Shem Shah we're talking about. So now that that brothers are coming in under that name, it's going to be damn near impossible to get them off the square.
Exactly.
Switch them over to anything else. Like, it's over.
Exactly. Go ahead.
Hey, because the young guys in this thing are fiery, man. Vibrant.
Yep.
All right. Like they say, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but old men, they're stubborn in their ways, but you can easily deceive an old man. You scare them into something and they'll do it. But the young guys, man, they resilient, man.
Yeah.
They question authority. What?
Yep. Question. What's going on with this?
What you mean? Like the information age where they got access. Oh, what you talking about? Let me go look this shit up.
Let me go look this up. I don't believe you.
Yeah, kind of like a stepdad trying to be a father to a young boy. Young boy like, you ain't my dad. You can't switch it.
Kind. So look. So I'm gonna tie this into the immigrant the big immigrant scare that's going on. So if you know anything about the immigrant status, basically the borders are open. America is allowing immigrants to flood into America. And if you look at the videos, most of the immigrants that are flooding in are males, right? Most of them are men. You don't see many women and children. You might see some here and there, but you see mostly men, right? And then what you're noticing there between the ages of like 18 and 30, they're very young. I just got them watching the video I sent to the group chat. Brothers, go watch that when you get a chance. And it was basically a testimonial of a woman who owns like a bread and breakfast, like a motel line, right? She owns a bed and breakfast. And she said that a government official came to her, or a government came to her and said, hey, listen, we're going to pay you a certain amount of money to house these immigrants. Would you be okay with that? And because they gave her X amount of dollars, she said okay. She said she noticed that there was no women and children with the hundreds and hundreds of tenants that she was taking in. The immigrants, there was no women and children. It was just a bunch of men. She said from age 18 to like 30, they were all men. And she said it was all well and done because they supplied her with their own security guards. They supplied her with money and other resources. Basically, she was just well off. She was basically booked all year round, and they paid her above rate. So they basically said, we're going to make sure you good money, so you got nothing to worry about. And in this video, she goes to say, One day at 2:30 in the morning, she gets a phone call to tell them that for her to come out and open up the back gate, or this back gate, because they had trucks coming in. So she goes out there in the back gate, and she said it was a military official, an American military official, basically telling her, "Hey, do you have a place where we could store something? Do you have like a secluded place that we can store something?" She said, "Yeah, I got a back building office or something, back offices that are not being used that you can use." And she said, okay. They asked her for the key, and then they started unloading these big crates. They started unloading these crates into her bed and breakfast. And she goes to ask them. She said, "What is in the crate?" They said to her, "It's classified." They said to her it was classified. They basically said, "Look, we already paid you. Shut up. It's above your pay grade now. It's classified." So she said for the past couple of weeks, she was feeling a little uneasy. Like, how is this my property? This is my building. And I'm housing these tenants, but I don't even know what's in these crates. So she said she went and took one of the keys to one of these back rooms, and she went in the back room. She opened it up, and then she took a little crowbar, and she opened up the crates, and she said it was nothing but AK-47s. Nothing but crates filled with AK-47s. And she said she was really scared. She said it was on her conscience that she couldn't let these men have these guns. So she wound up taking these crates and taking them to an undisclosed location, which to me is going to get her killed. But I understand where her mind was at. She's thinking, damn, I just let these immigrants into my my business, and then I'm now letting American government officials or soldiers put weapons here. What are these weapons for, and why are these men here? And I bring this story up to go into, now let's tie this back to, and I'm only speaking as a man. This is me speculating. But now I go to bring this back into the original story I talked about how Israel, a top Israel official says that the biggest threat to Israel is the young black community. Now, hear me out. If they can't control us, what do you think they're going to have to do? They're going to have to kill us or imprison us, right? They also know that the American population is a standing army in itself. You can go to any hood, and I guarantee you're going to find shit. You got these young kids now talking about, I got the extendo with the drum and the switch on it. I got the da-da-da with the beam. So these kids, they got things that we probably never even heard of. Me personally haven't heard of or seen, right? So what they're systematically doing is, how are they going to control the black community and population? Once Jacob Trouble kicks off, the black communities, black, Hispanic, and Native American communities are going to be targeted, just like the Purge, right? Just like the Purge. If you watch every last Purge, it was all about what? Going after the so-called black communities. The first Purge, the last Purge.
Where Hispanic communities do.
Yep.
The last Purge was more so based on the Northern Kingdom.
Yep, the Northern Kingdom
Was it pretty good?
It was good. It was good. You see that?
The Purge, bro, the Forever Purge was dope.
Yeah,
especially the way it ended,
The way it ended, yeah. You see all of America.
I seen
All
some,
America was on fire.
All of America was on
and
fire.
everybody was trying to flee down to Mexico.
Everybody was trying. Oh man, I'm glad you even brought that up. Well, I'll get into that in a second. Get to that in a second. So I'm tying all that in to just give an understanding of the storm that's brewing. Now we know everything is guided by Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, but there's a storm brewing, right? Israel is at war with Hamas, and all of the Arab world is getting ready to come down on them. Israel is surrounded by all Arab nations, but they're worried about the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans in America. And we also know why, because we are the true children of Israel, man. What you got?
I was going to bring something out in regard to that, the weapons and crates.
Go ahead.
This is Sirach 27, and starting at 26. Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein. He that setteth a trap shall be taken therein. He that worketh mischief, it shall fall upon him, and he shall not know when it cometh. Mockery and reproach are from the proud, but vengeance as a lion shall lie in wait for them.
That's the
They that rejoice at the fall of the righteous shall be taken in the snare, and anguish shall be consumed them before they die.
That's the part right there. Those who watch and wait for the what? For the fall of the righteous, right? shall be taken in the snare. They're the ones that they're going to fall, right? They're going to fall on their own swords. So they're literally creating plans to kill off the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, right?
And either to imprison them or exterminate them.
Which it's usually the latter.
But it's going to fall on them because what's going to happen to the Edomites? They're going to be imprisoned and then exterminated.
Exactly.
You know, they're prepping weapons and planning, like your brother said, sleeper cells to ultimately kill off the so-called blacks and Latinos and Native Americans. But we're just going to say the blacks and speak in general.
Yeah.
Right?
When I say blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, I'm talking about blacks because we're all the same.
That's how they do it.
Yeah, that's how they do it. Yeah.
That's how they say it. So they kill off the so-called blacks. But guess what? That very thing is going to fall on them because the Lord clearly says that he that liveth by the sword shall die by the sword. Right? You know, that's what Esau is doing. He's trying to live and rule. Well, I'm not going to say he's trying. He's living and ruling by the sword. You know, which is the modern day gun, and really nowadays is the modern day missile.
Yeah, I'm going to bring this. You can get Revelation 12:12. Kind of go with that too. 2nd Esdras 16, starting at 70. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. You go.
No, so this is what we know. We know that the devil. Yeah, might as well just grab it. The devil has a very short time.
Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell therein, dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time.
And this is why they're becoming very uneasy. This is why these devils are becoming very uneasy with the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Is because what? We're becoming more and more stubborn to their rule. Why? Because the Lord has what? Stood us up on our 10 toes, man. We're now standing boldly.
We're remembering ourselves.
We're remembering ourselves, right? So you're getting to the point where now Jake already didn't like authority, but now you know, because oh my goodness gracious, I watched another video on a little bit of history about slavery. It kind of ties in. So when we first were brought over here, the first slaves that were brought over were not slaves. They were what? POWs, right? Prisoners of war. So what were they doing? They were killing, burning, killing white people, burning, and doing all types of destructive. Why? Because they remembered who they were.
Wait, explain that. Whoa,
so
whoa.
The original slaves, the first slaves that came over here, were prisoners of war. They still had the warrior mentality. That's why you hear small stories. See, they don't tell you everything. That's why you hear small stories of slaves taking over slave ships and killing all the captives and then killing themselves.
I never heard that, but it makes sense. So they was taking over slave ships.
Well, yeah, they were killed. They would break free, take over slave ships, but didn't know how to sail on the ship. Right. So they end up killing them. They look, we gonna die. They gonna die with us. So they had to. That's why they had to take measures of chaining us together and putting us up like sardines. And then when we got over here, the first slaves in like 15 whatever it was, 14 something whatever it was, they were prisoners of war. They remembered war. They remember, how did they capture us? We had to go to war with the neighboring tribes, and then we got captured. And then you got a warrior on a boat with these new fucking foreign ass Edomites. They're like, man, let us get touch ground. Then we was coming over into Americas, joining the Native Americans and wreaking havoc. See, they buried this shit.
I ain't never heard no shit.
I know. I do my history, bro. I do my history.
Because you know Native Americans knew we was brothers anyway.
Yeah, so listen, that's another thing. They were speaking dialects of Hebrew, and they understood each other.
Yeah, kind of like understanding a so-called Jamaican, like with the broken
wow.
down. Yeah, you understand it. Like, okay,
So this is so basically the
or like Spanish and Portuguese.
Right.
It's like two
That's
different,
close enough, but
it's
you
two different
catch it,
languages,
though.
but it's like a different dialect.
Yeah,
it's like
you'll catch it a little bit.
I see what you're saying.
So to finish the history on that was the plantation owners could not control us. So they said, there was a guy over in Germany. They sent word to Germany because there was a guy over in Germany, and he was I forgot the guy's name, something for Schwa, something like that. It's a guy in Germany. They asked this guy for help. They said, how can we get these slaves in control? He says, well, how are you going to get these people in control when they know who they are?
Right. Okay.
They know what royalty they come from. They know their bloodline.
That's a lot of pride.
And this is when they started cutting us off. You're not allowed to read. and right, and they beat the generations and generations out of us. Because when we first came over here, we wasn't having it.
So they dumbed down roots then.
They dumbed it down. They dumbed it all down. I watched this whole video on it, going into the history of it.
Oh, that makes so much sense. Because you got to think about Garabino, how Wolverine was created,
Right.
Galvino.
Yeah.
Like that's Jake's spirit right there. Like
The story got Reno, man. That's Wolverine, bro.
Yeah. But I go to bring that story up to now talk about what the young youth is like now. See, remember, that old that old slave mentality, right, is being broken, right? Because think about it, we got what our grandmother. Our grandmother is the most devout Christian on the planet, and every time we talk to her, she go to say, "But Jesus," and then we go, "Excuse me, ma'am, we don't," and then she gets mad at us, like, "Oh, we're gonna take you to Mount Vernon Church," and we going. I'm like, "Look, Nah, it ain't happening." And that's just only one instance, just with our elders. But guess what? She's also getting to that. She's Alzheimer's now. She's starting to fade away, right? And that's the Lord having mercy on her. God bless her spirit, you know. But
hey, she got a zeal.
she has a lot
hell of a zeal.
A lot of the elders had zeals for the Most High, but not according to knowledge. Why? Because they're all spiritual people. They all Lord, and they think
they
want
to be righteous, but they just don't have the knowledge to actually be righteous. You know, they go on to establish their own righteousness based on the Christian standard.
Yeah, the Lord put a spirit on Jake now. It's actually practically impossible to. No, it is impossible to put Jake in the chains again.
Well, no, because
not going out and fight.
You even hear about the 2/3. You ever see them funny memes? If this was me back in slavery, send me back into slavery. Nigga, what you out here on the plantation picking cotton? Massive whoosh. He like, what? It's funny as shit. Hey, what's up, brother? It's my boy.
Yeah, you're not putting Jake in chains. It's way too far gone for that.
So I bring that story of the slaves up is because those were the young slaves that were used to war. So when they came over here, they were straight into war. Like, we not doing it. Then what Esau had to become crafty to figure out how to break us so they can control us. Now we're in the same predicament. The old slave-like mentality elders and all that generation is dying off. Now you got these new vibrant. Then you got to think the Lord is raising up young men into this truth, right? So you got the 2/3 young men. I don't like to call anybody 2/3 because we don't know who is who yet. But let's just say we got these young hooligans, right? Young niggas out here being crazy. Then you got these young Israelite brothers, right?
2/3 antics.
You got the 2/3 antics, and then you got the brothers out here trying to do the work of the Lord. Now they got this new spirit on them. I don't give a fuck about the white man.
Right.
I don't give a fuck about what the fuck. I ain't going to war for no fucking white man. You hearing this is the narrative now.
Ain't into that shit,
right?
Yeah,
Then you hear about they going into cryptocurrencies. I ain't getting into that shit. Fuck you talking about? Cash, baby.
Yeah, especially Jake don't get into something they don't understand.
Exactly. But guess what? Now we are the biggest threat again because they can't control us. And which in turn is they're going to have to do what? If you can't control them, you're going to have to what? Kill them.
That's what happened in the first purge.
Hey, brother, that's why I'm on a full circle. Bring it out.
Genesis 49, starting at 9. This is starting at 9. Judah is a lion's whelp for the prey. My son thou art going up. He stooped down. He couched as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rise him up?
So it says Judah is a lion's whelp. Judah is a shell of his former self because we come from a warrior race, a royal priesthood, right? Kings. We come from a warrior race. This is why you see remnants of our people all over the world. We dominate everything. I got them watching. Was it Bill Murr? Funny white boy. He was sitting there on his comedy special. And he was like, "Yo, don't let Black Americans start liking soccer. It's over."
Yeah, it is over.
It was funny as shit when he
it's
said
real
it.
shit though.
It was funny as shit when he said it, but he meant what he said.
Yeah.
All the white people in the audience started laughing. He said, "Look, think about it. They start liking soccer. It's over. You're gonna start seeing every." He was like, "You're gonna start seeing every record broken. You're gonna start seeing. You know how it'd be like games. It'd be 2-3, two goals to 3.
Yeah.
You're gonna be seeing games 15-20." Kicking goals and doing all types of acrobatic stuff. He was basically saying, why? Because when our people are naturally just superior. When we do things, we do it at the greatest form, right?
And then you know it's a lock here. And even if you school a Jake on technique, Jake gonna figure out a way to critique the technique to make it more simpler
and then do it better.
Yep.
You're like, all right, so look, kick the ball and flip it up.
Yeah,
Why don't I just You know, remember the heel toe?
Yeah, well,
Blah.
boop, boop.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's just how we
That's
are.
our
man.
nature, yeah.
It's just our nature.
Yeah.
But this is why we've always been a threat to the so-called white man, because we're superior in all forms and aspects, and the only thing that they have over us is the blessing of the sword, and the fact that they had favor with the Lord because we fell from grace, because we transgressed the laws, statutes, commandments. We broke the ordinance and the covenant, right? But the Lord is what? Standing us back up. Standing us back up. So guess what? Guess what Esau wanted to do? Like the brother said, Revelation 12:12. Because Esau knows he's but a short time, the devil knows he has but a short time, he's going to come down with great wrath. And how he's going to do that? Sleeper cells. Jacob's trouble. Look what they're doing over in the Gaza Strip. They cut off the water supply. They destroyed all the communication towers. They cut off the food supply, right? They cut off electricity. How do you think they're going? What do you think they're going to have to do to the hoods? What do you think they're going to have to do to the hoods? They're going to have to do the same thing for some kind of control. And then they're going to have to send in their what? Their troops, their Gerger troops, to what? To start killing off the populations. But they already understand that it's going to be a great pushback. Now the Lord also says what he's going to do. The Lord says he's going to use 2/3 of our people. The Lord says he's going to raise Judah up, right? Who shall rise up? The old man, the old lion, right? That old warlike spirit in the nation of Israel, right? And it's going to come down in a necessity, because it's going to come down because of necessity. Because what happens in the hoods now when you have a lack of resources? People rob, steal, and kill. But then now all of a sudden, you got a group of people coming at a certain group of people. These Jakes ain't having that shit no more. You think these so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans going to let these white people come in with all these troops and nothing going to happen?
Yeah,
it's going to be utter war out here. Now, did I say that our people are going to win? No, we got to wait on Yahweh Shemel Shai. But the Lord is going to allow our people to put in some licks. Before the 2/3 go out, they're going to be able to put in some licks, man. All right? What y'all got?
Yeah, the Lord's going to allow Jake to get busy. That ain't going to be like nothing crazy, but like they ain't going to have like
You can get that
record-breaking numbers.
I'm about to, no, matter of fact, hold on.
You get that I will give vengeance from the hands of my people.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to get right now.
All right,
That's
grab
what I'm
it.
about to get.
Yeah, grab
It's Ezekiel 25 and 14. It says, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to my anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
So the same way how the Lord raised up Esau to be his whooping stick, to put us in our place, is the same way as the curse is being flipped over. And the Lord is going to raise up his people, right, to lay vengeance on Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, right, according to his anger and vengeance. So don't think it ain't going. It's going to be brutal out here, man. It's going to be. We're naturally just stronger. So it's going to be
a lot of W's.
So it's going to be a lot of W's, but then Esau
Esau
going to have to get his craftiness with his weapons and his military, and also his what I would say organizational skills, because Esau is organized. Jake's not. So if it's all out brawl, our people win it. But if it comes to organization, that's when we're gonna start to lose.
Ain't that what we saw? Jake was unorganized, spread out. You know what I mean?
But it's
having
okay.
a thing like on the side.
That was embarrassing. But that was also fun. Right. When Jake is put into a position where they really got to turn it on.
Oh yeah, true. Okay, I know what you mean.
Then it's going. They're going to get a lot more organized, but they ain't going to be organized.
It's not. It's just going to be like.
It's going to be like, yo, 10 of them over there.
Pure power and rage.
Pure power and rage is going to put a lot of Edomites to death.
It's going to put a lot of down, but ultimately organization
is going to win.
Organization and skill is going to win in the end. Mm-hmm. But if you a skilled fighter and then you go up against somebody big, powerful, and fast, it's gonna fuck you up for a while until you got skills, so you can adapt and you actually make a plan. All right, I noticed that he always swings super heavy on the right and come quick. But if I just step back, duck down, and throw a jab, I'm catching you. You know what I mean? And then
eventually it's our wearing down.
Yeah. Let me wear you down.
Let me see my jacket real quick. God, man. So those are the two things I wanted you guys to look up. Get Jacob's trouble real quick.
This is
Which one you get?
let me go with
I won both of them anyway. Yeah. Daniel and
so
12-1 is the best one.
And Jeremiah.
I won them both.
All right, go.
31.
All right, so get Jeremiah 37. I get 12.
No, you got 30 and stuff.
Let me get Daniel right here. Okay, this is Daniel 12-1. It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for Shalakia. Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book.
Now, mind you, those who are going to be delivered are going to be the 1/3. The elect and the 1/3 are going to be delivered out of Jacob's trouble, because the 2/3, because the Jacob's trouble is for the 2/3. Now, the Lord, like we just brought out, is going to allow the 2/3 to get busy. It ain't going to be like a straight onslaught. The Lord is going to use the children of Israel to lay vengeance on Esau, right? But at the same time, he's also still going to use Esau to be a sword to put his people, the 2/3, to death, because the Lord says that he will start at his house first. So we already know that our people are going to be are going to have the highest casualties in the very beginning, right? And then you're going to go, wait, all of these people were killed off, but why are these people left and living deliciously? That's how they're going to know, right? According to 2nd Ezra 16, and you just wrote it out, 70.
70, yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry,
70. It talks about they're going to be robbing, spoiling, taking their goods, taking their houses, and then you're going to know who God's chosen people are, because Jacob's trouble is already going to be going on. 2/3 going to be going at the heathen, crazy. Going to be death toll is going to skyrocket, bro. The body count. You think they said 5,000 people in the Gaza Strip died, right? They said during 9/11 only 3,000 people died, but in the 20-year span, that America was actually in Iraq and Afghanistan, 3,000 Americans didn't even die. But what do you think the numbers were of those people, right? But it's going to be completely reversed now. The Lord said, I'm going to start at my house first, so the death toll and casualties of the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans is going to be astronomical. It's going to be a very high number. And that's another thing that I would say that brothers and sisters need to prepare for, man. You brothers can only protect your immediate family, who your umbrella covers. But the rest of your family and friends that you know ain't getting down with this truth, they fair game in Jacob's trouble. They're fair game, man. But then the Lord said he's going to send the Archangel Michael to what? To defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, or defend what? The 144,000 and the 1/3. Yep. Those who gotten that mark of exemption put on them.
Exactly. Everyone else is up for grabs, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna land back one more time. Matthew 24, starting at 19. And woe unto them that are with child, and them that give suck in those days. But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on a Sabbath day. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be.
See? So this is going to be a time like no other great tribulation. Mind you, at the same time that Jacob's trouble going on, World War III is already kicking off.
Yo.
Already kicking off. You understand? World War III is technically going on right now, but they don't want to call it that yet, right? We understand that a few prophecies like the Mark of the Beast, but the main prophecy, the Mark of the Beast, have to happen. So Jacob's trouble and the Mark of the Beast. I believe Jacob's trouble is going to hit, and order out of chaos, they're going to try to implement the chip, because Jacob's trouble needs to happen to do what? To put the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans in order. Remember I said, what is the ultimate, the biggest threat to Israel's, quote unquote, out of their own mouths, is the young black community in America. How do you kill those people off? Jacob's trouble. That's why it's called Jacob's trouble, or Israel's trouble, right? That's a war on Israel. That's what it is. It's a war on the true children of Israel, right? But then through all of that, the Lord is going to have that mark on exemption on a select few. When I say select few, I'm talking about 144,000, and it could be millions, in the 1/3, women, children, and men and believers, right? And then after that, because they didn't get a chance to kill us off in Jacob's trouble, they're going to do what? Okay, these must be his chosen, because they didn't get touched. They know the prophecy. So then they're going to go in sparing none. They're going to go in, rape, rob, pillaging, taking us from our houses, trying to put us in FEMA camps, locking us up in the prisons, or just trying to make us homeless so we can flee, right? That is when you're going to know, because mind you, if you make it out of Jacob's trouble 9 times out of 10, and I'm going to say 9 out of 10, because the Lord can also reserve you for those missiles. But if you make it out of Jacob's trouble, right, and you were living comfortably in some sense of it, because when I say comfortable is just necessities.
Right.
Food, water, a place to lay your head. Safety. You ain't got to worry about a bullet flying in and killing you every
Right.
30 seconds.
You're not in abundance, but you're
You're
not,
not-
suffering either.
You're not suffering. That's what I mean by, I mean, the Lord says I will give them abundantly, right? But I'm just being honest.
Abundance is coming in the
But
kingdom.
abundance is coming in the kingdom, exactly, brother. So I can say that the Lord's giving you your daily bread, keeping you safe. Your family can eat, your children eating, your wife eating, you eating. You got water to drink. Y'all got clean clothes to put on. Maybe you might take a shower like once a week type thing. But the Lord is keeping you sustained through Jacob's trouble. Those who make it out of there, we also know because of just bring it back out again. Revelation 16, 7.
Yeah,
real quick.
because there's a continuation with it.
Yeah, go ahead.
It says, stop from top.
Yeah, Revelation. Yeah.
Second Esdras 16 and 70. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord.
See? So why is this insurrection coming to all the cities of America, right? Because those who didn't get killed off in Jacob's trouble, right? Esau, the devil, Satan, knows, all right, well, whatever's left over, because we know these prophecies, got to be the Lord's chosen. Look at them. They had electricity. These motherfuckers was drinking water. They don't look malnutritioned. Look, they clean. The kids still reading, writing. Hold the fuck up. This must be God's chosen. And what is the devil going to have to do? Come down with great wrath. Go ahead.
And it says, they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord.
So they're going to be spoiling everybody, but they're going to be really coming after. It's going to be like a bounty on our heads.
They're still not going to be able to get them, but it's
It's
going
like
to be so much of us.
anybody can get it.
They gonna keep
but
trying until
we
they get to it.
really want them.
Yeah, they gonna keep trying.
Anybody can get it. Anybody, but the nation, but the God's chosen, we need to really round them up.
Yeah,
They
right.
might have a bounty on their head. For every Israelite you bring in, we'll give you
Right.
$10,000 digital currency. Because at this time, we already know what's coming, right? We already know what's coming. There's gonna be bounty on their head. But go ahead.
It's going to be like Rosewood. It's going to be like that.
That was
Any-
fucked up.
anyone
ass
you
movie,
see,
but I
yeah.
get it. I got you.
It says, verse 72, for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses.
So mind you, listen to this. They shall waste to take away their goods. If Jacob's trouble is popping off because of a lack of goods, but these people have goods. Think about that. Because what did the Lord say he's going to do in Jacob's trouble? He said, while yours are starving, or while yours can't eat, mine shall eat. Yours can't drink, mine gonna eat. Mine are going to be living deliciously during what? Jacob's trouble. So guess what? They're going to be spoiling their goods. They're like, how the fuck? He survived all that, but then I'll go into his crib. He got stockpiles of water, stockpiles of food, canned goods. He got chickens and microgreens growing in the basement. What the fuck? That's why they're going to be spoiling their goods. This is also an indicator the Lord was with them. Why? Because they have necessities. Go ahead.
It says, then shall they know, then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire.
And then they shall know who are my chosen. They shall be tried as the gold in the fire. Right? Now, mind you, if you're chosen by Yahweh Shem Yahushua, it's impossible to get that. It's impossible to pluck them out of his hands. Get that real quick. If you're chosen by Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that means you already got that mark of exemption. You got that mark of exemption, 9 times out of 10, you will be saved when Yahweh Shah cracks the sky. Right? But it also says you're going to be tried through the fire. Right? You're going to be tried as fine gold. Right? You're going to still be tested. That test is when they come down and take all your goods away, are you going to stay
Round
faithful?
you up,
Are you going to stay faithful
with
to
you.
Yahweh Shem Yahushua? Yep.
This is John 10, I started 26. But ye believe not, because ye are not of my sheep, as I said unto you. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. And I give unto them eternal life, and they shall never perish, neither shall any man pluck them out of my hand.
See?
So
I
you're
give them
real.
eternal life, they shall never perish, but no man shall pluck them out of their hands. So look, we're going to be tried through the fire, right? We're going to be tried as gold. Mind you, they already called us gold in that scripture. We're going to be tried as gold. Meaning, they're going to test your faith. This is going to be a testing of your faith. Your faith was already tested through Jacob's trouble, but the Lord assured you because you were given what? Abundance. You were given your daily bread. You were sustained. So you're going to know the Lord dealing with us. Yahweh Shem. We're going to be praising the Lord every day. We're going to be hearing gunshots and missiles and shit go off in the cities. You know, but just so happened, our building never gets touched.
I think Jacob's trouble is going to really be when that time when you can be confident, like,
Yeah, the Lord.
I'm
The
the
first-
Lord really with me.
Yeah. The first couple of days you might be shit bricks.
Shit,
but
yeah.
then
You start
remember,
going through it, you like, damn, bro.
I get that.
I've been
The lecture be scarcely safe.
chilling. Well, let me get the last one. 29, it says, my Father, which gave them to me, is greater than all, and no man is able to pluck them out of my Father's hand.
And no man is able to pluck us out of Yahweh's hands, right? So Lord willing, we are part of that number because we protect our families. But this is how we know these are the steps. So I made a clear outline of what's coming. Now, mind you, I was speaking as a man with the whole troops, but we already know they're going to be coming at everybody. They have to. The only way to get their new world order, they have to destabilize America because Americans are too prideful. America will not give up its power. The American people will not give up its power and assimilate into a new world order unless pushed into it. So what do they have to do? They have to destabilize. But the main people that they have to control is what? You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, the true Yasha Allah. Why? Because everything runs through us. Everything runs through us. We are the only ones calling on the names of Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushua now. You don't hear this shit in the world. They call him Yahushua, Yahweh. They say all these other fucking names. But you only hear black Americans, if you want to call us black Americans, talking about Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushua. I ain't going to war. They ain't talked about a draft. I'm pretty sure people talking about a draft. They talk about a draft and drafting women. They're talking about they already amended it where because America hasn't fulfilled its fulfillment goals of the different branches of the military.
They slim.
They're now saying that we're going to have a draft, and this time around, women are going to be elected from the ages of 18 to 25. They're going to be elected into the draft, right? This is why in the scriptures, this is why in the scriptures it says 7 women will cling unto one man, and when it says one man, it's talking about what? Righteous man, an Israelite man who fears Yahweh Shah, because that is the only hedge of protection other than the gun that you're going to have. And the gun will only last you for so long because if you are marked for death, you are going to die. And the only way to get that mark of exemption put on you is to be claimed or owned in a sense by what? A man of the Lord who actually has the mark of exemption. Because what? A man covers what? His haram.
The gun really ain't even protection because 2 guns are going at each other are equal. You know, whereas there's only one Yahweh and one Yahweh shot. You know? So you're talking about a physical weapon going against a spiritual weapon. Because the gun is cool and all, right? But if somebody pull faster than you,
or you run out of bullets,
or you get caught off guard.
Yep.
Scrap.
What?
2 Ezra 16 and 74. Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same.
But said the Lord said that He would deliver us from the same. The days of trouble are at home, but I will deliver you from the same. Stay faithful, boy.
And it says, be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is your guide.
See, right there, that's the major point. Be not afraid nor doubt. Because what is doubt? Right? Doubt is being unfaithful. Doubt is feminine, meaning faithless. Right? Feminine, meaning faithless. Right? Whereas a man, if you being feminine, what they call you? Cold bitch. You a bitch. The Lord basically saying, if you being feminine or you doubting, I'm not going to protect you. I'm not dealing with you. I want men that's going to gird themselves up and have 144% faith in
It
me.
says the effeminate shall not enter the kingdom.
The effeminate shall not inherit the kingdom of heaven.
Shit, you got to also remember too, you know, we talking about great works of the Lord and being scarcely saved and being guided, but don't forget about one more thing when it comes to exemption. The other part of the scripture that also a lot that knows you're exempted is the fact that you get spiritual power. That's another reason why women's
You get
going to
spiritual power. That's
yeah,
right.
you guarantee. And that's another reason why women going to cling, because they know you can protect,
Right.
and can hold off a whole
Yeah, the whole,
troops.
you know how they say this day and age, that old caveman agenda where women like taller, stronger, more masculine men because it provided protection. It's like embedded in their nature. And women say, well, there's no point in that no more because we don't need men like that no more. That's why they call it toxic masculinity. In the very near future, women are going to be like, I need as much toxic masculinity as possible.
Right.
I need a man to be so freaking angry and mean and raw because I know I'm protected.
Around the edges.
I am rough.
Hey, brothers, man, yo, throughout it that we be doing those readings, man. Hey, yo, when you really get into the scriptures, yo, in the future, in the near future, you know, it's going back like the old days in the book of Acts where spiritual power about to be normal. That's about to be like regular now.
Yeah.
Paul and them was just praying to the Lord and was like, oh, all right, me healing real quick. Like that shit was simple. Like spiritual power about to be normal. Like, oh, brother, can you fly? So can I. Yeah, what?
Yeah,
It's
yo,
nothing. Like,
hey, bro, we gotta get to the next city in 30 minutes.
yo, I got 8 daughters and you got all these children. Let's teleport real quick. Easy. Like, it's nothing.
I'm gonna be on motherfucking Doctor Strange.
Yeah, brother's gonna be doing some crazy shit, and that's the other reason why the Lord is gonna help. It's gonna be that guide. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, it says in Isaiah the 41st chapter that he said I will help you, thou worm Jacob, and I will fight for thee. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord, just like Psalms 144:1, we don't gotta think about nothing. The Spirit of the Lord is gonna come mighty, and brother's gonna know what to do from the rip.
Yeah.
It's just gonna come up.
I shall teach thy fingers to fight.
Right. It's nothing.
God. It's kind of like, it kind of reminds me of the Matrix when Neo laid down on the throne for the first time and he woke up. I know taijutsu. He's like, show me, and he learned it. What?
Right.
That's the Spirit of the Lord coming on you.
Right.
It's gonna be downloaded. I shall teach thy fingers to fight. You gonna be like this. Oh, power gonna come over. You gonna be able to know. You gonna know exactly what to do, where to go,
Right.
how to move. You gonna know exactly how. You're gonna know. You're gonna know. Yo, listen, bro. We ain't gonna get into all that.
Right, no, but we're going into the abundance and the help and the being able to cover our families and the help with Yahweh Shem Shah by not doubting and having that faith. Like what Yahweh Shah doing? The brothers ain't know how they was gonna eat. It was a whole multitude. Yahweh Shah took a loaf of little bread, some couple little fish, and fed the whole squad. You don't think we can do the same thing?
Yeah. I fed what, thousands?
Thousands, yeah. That's why 7 women shall take hold of 1 man. That's gonna be a bad motherfucker.
So it's
Straight
just
like that.
bro. I was just to bring up when we talked about the draft. I was watching TikTok, and all these women chiming in, all that feminist stuff out the building, all the women talking about, I got anxiety, I'm already exempt. I got this, I'm exempt. All these women are so quick to
Dropped that video yesterday too.
so
man. That's
quick,
crazy.
so quick to jump out of, so quick to not want to go to war. So they want all the liberties of a man, but don't want to be a man. But in the very near future, you know, when all this hell's breaking loose, the weaker vessel will show forth as the weaker vessel.
Yeah, it's gonna. They're gonna go into the regular natural state.
Your natural state. Yeah, God.
That's why.
Yeah, more.
One last 2 precepts. Second Esdras 16, 76. And the guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts, saith Yahweh Shem Shah, let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves.
It says, so all those that keep his what? Ordinances, precepts, his commandments, right? Now, the only people in the world right now,
Yes, sir.
most of the people in the world right now that are actually following laws and commandments of the scriptures are what? Those who woke up in the land of their captivity. This is why we are the biggest threat to Israel and also the world government. We are the biggest threat. Us knowing who we are, and that's the reason why that was the main reason why I brought up that whole slave history thing. It's because when we know who we are, we know we come from royalty, and we know we come from a great power, and we're a chosen people. What are you going to do? Are you going to choose oppression, or are you going to choose the latter, which is what? The kingdom of heaven. And then we're also going to oppose wickedness. And what have we been doing? We've been standing up here boldly opposing stand boldly in front of the faces of those reflected. Get that real quick.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. It says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors.
And this is exactly why we are a threat. Because now we stand in great boldness. Our forefathers, when I say forefathers, we're talking like 2-3 generations, they were petrified of Esau. Master said, that's why grandma and mom like, y'all need to be old, y'all need to stop being loud before Master come in here. And bro, those generations are dying off. That's this young generation, our lions are waking back up.
Yeah, man.
Lions are waking back up, man.
I'm gonna keep it a stack. Brothers got to keep it 100. The mindset on what's really going on as a man speaking is, y'all done fucked up that the Lord opened our spirit to understand that we're biologically related to phenomenal men. Like extraordinary. Even Yahweh Shah himself, we're biologically related to the brother. That y'all done fucked up. Let us know that shit.
You telling me I got the ability to be like that?
Be like that. That's crazy.
You tell me
all
that
I got to do is this.
you tell me I can talk to the Father
Directly? See, that's crazy. What through Yahushua?
Wait,
Yeah, but you
no,
know,
no,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
no.
yeah,
Once you get that
yeah,
spiritual
yeah.
body,
You know,
bro.
you know what
Right,
I'm
and that
talking
spiritual
about.
body
Get
gonna
that
be
spiritual
your body is
body.
correct.
You telling me that
the
I'm-
Lord said before you even think about what you wanted, I knew what you wanted, and it answered your prayer. That's crazy.
Exactly. So you telling me that all I had to do was repent and I can tap into a power that everybody else talks about?
Yeah.
That I come from this legendary bloodline?
That's the y'all fucked up.
Oh hell no!
I'm not-
And that's why the first slaves that were coming over, bro. Oh my goodness, I gotta start sitting.
That's that Maccabean spirit, bro.
Yeah.
The Maccabean brothers.
Because
was
they knew
like
who they
that.
were.
Yeah, they knew who
That's
they
why
were.
when the king, and what the brother's talking about is the account when the mother and I think it was like 5, 6, how many
David
brothers?
was the best one. When he went to Goliath.
The Maccabean brothers were basically being persecuted and killed by the king, right? And they were, because they knew where they came from and they knew who their God was, they stand boldly in their death.
Yeah.
And they knew why
They
it
were
was
getting their skin peeled
They
and
knew why.
boiled in oil. They were getting beheaded and tortured, and they watched each brother go up and die, and they all stood there like,
Lord letting it happen.
hey, yo, bro, I'm gonna see you on the other side, and they stand boldly.
bro.
This is the same
Them
spirit.
brothers like, they reward.
Crazy.
The Lord also probably took the spirit up off them where they didn't feel the pain.
Yeah,
True, yep.
Yeah,
The Lord seen that they were standing boldly.
It was like, nah, I ain't gonna let you. You gonna feel it a little bit. You ain't gonna feel it.
So you
like,
start feeling
you ain't gonna feel it like you should feel it.
You're gonna feel that prick because you're going. I mean, and then when they said don't, and then when they said to the king, don't think that you had the power to actually destroy me or to do this to me. This power is in the hands of the Lord because we messed up with the Lord, so this is happening to us, not because of you.
Yeah.
And bro, you talking to a king like that?
Yeah.
King like, kill the rest of these motherfuckers. You know?
Just killing them is corny.
Like,
Because you don't get a chance to get the true, like what you really wanted was the bitching, complaining, and sorry.
and then you don't see it.
Yeah.
So like, if you torturing somebody and you don't see them in anguish and
squirming and all that, it's corny.
and pleading for their life, there's no fun in it.
No fun in
That's the
it,
whole
yeah.
point of torture. It's like,
Yeah.
plead for your life, beg for your life.
Right.
The light-
And
the
you
light-
see, as soon moment you see, nah, kill me. I don't care. It's no fun in it.
not
It's just like, man,
it's not satisfying.
And
Kill
you know
them.
what's crazy? And I'm glad y'all brought that up because the Lord that is the exact spirit that's on the earth right now because there's a lot of brothers, you know, and mind you, we will be tested for this.
I got a wolf.
Your faith will be tested.
Y'all got 5 cents.
You will be tried through the fire. You will be tried through the fire.
I got a wolf.
Lord. You will be tried through the fire, but what? The Lord is raising our spirits up when we are standing boldly in front of the faces of those who oppressed us, man. We are now be able boldly to tell the white man, yo, fuck you. Oh, you'll join my army. I'm not fighting for no white man. Denounce Yahweh Shem Yahushua or you gonna die. Well, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. We gotta be that bold and that strong in this faith, man. Go ahead.
Second address 2, I'm start at 44 and then 47. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal and have confessed the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Now are they crowned and receive palms. And also one of the apostles was going into, one of the brothers was laying back off the apostles. Palms can go into victory.
Yep.
And also goes into, and also gifts. And
gifts.
all kinds of just things given to you for what you've done.
Your reward.
Your reward, correct. And reward, yep,
Your
correct.
reward.
Yep, and it says, verse 46. Then said I unto the angel, What young person is it that crowneth them and giveth them palms in their hands? How we know he's gonna be young, and when Yahweh shall come back, he'll be a young man, all black hair, not gray. And it says, here's the point. So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of the Most High, Yahweh, whom they confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
And this is literally why I said the Lord is raising us up because now we are literally out here professing Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. And why are we a threat to Israel and the rest of the world? It's because we're professing Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man.
Stiffly.
So with that, hopefully this was edifying. We'll give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, Bashem Rakakwadash. Shalom to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to the elect.
Come on, brothers.